Hey everybody, Happy New Year's and welcome back to Lead Therapy. Today we're going to talk about the 4 things you should buy before January 20th, or you might not be able to get them. So what are the 4 things you should buy before January 20th? And these are in no particular order. The first one is imported assault weapons. And of course, most of us don't use the term assault weapons. That's a term used by the left. The second is domestically made assault weapons. Third is high capacity magazines. And once again, that's a term that most of us don't use. And then there's ammunition. And this all stems from Joe Biden's plan to end gun violence in America. But for any of this to be implemented, there's 2 things that absolutely have to happen. Number 1 is Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are actually inaugurated on January 20th. But even more important are the 2 Senate races that are up for grabs in Georgia. If the Democrats win those 2 seats, then anything could be passed in Congress. Before the presidential election, I made a video concerning Joe Biden's plan to end gun violence in America. But it pretty much fell on deaf ears. Not very many people watched it. If you wish to see Joe Biden's plan, you can go to joebiden.com if you dare or wish to. But I'm just going to point out just a few things, but there are many more items on his plan. The first 2 things I said that you should buy before January 20th were so-called assault weapons made here in the States and imported from overseas. And the reason I say that, the first thing mentioned in Joe Biden's plan is to ban the manufacture and sale of assault weapons. And also use executive action to stop the importation of so-called assault weapons. But also it goes even further and bans the manufacture of so-called high-capacity magazines. But if you do own some of these so-called assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, the government will allow you to do 2 things with them. You can either sell them back to the government, which they call their buyback program, or you can register them under the NFA. Also, they plan to reduce the stockpiling of weapons. And how do they propose to do that? To enact legislation that you only can buy 1 firearm per month. Last but not least, in the online sales of firearms and ammunition, Biden will enact legislation to prohibit online sales of firearms, ammunition, kits, and gun parts. And I already can see in the comments and other people on YouTube saying that I'm fear-mongering, and that's far from the truth. If Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are inaugurated on the 20th, and then before that the Democrats take the 2 Senate seats in Georgia, they'll be able to pass any law that they want to. But of course there's already record sales of guns and ammunition. But if these laws get passed, a lot of this stuff is going to dry up and it's going to be harder to get. And thank you so very much for your support in 2020. And hopefully I get your continued support in 2021. If you like the information that I gave you, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to hit the post notifications, the bell notification. It will let you know right away when I post a video. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.